views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Ladies and gentlemen, shh. Ladies and gentlemen, buenas noches, damas y caballeros.
Buenas noches.
My name is Jay Hershenson, and I want to start by asking you to give a big hand to the most important people in the room tonight, the great catering team of maestros. All right. They work very hard. Give them a big round of applause. I'm so pleased to be here tonight. I, of course, always want to give you greetings from my president, Felix Matos Rodriguez, the president of Queens College, who was the president of Ostos Community College in the Bronx. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special occasion, because due to the support of everyone here in the room, and in particular, the companies that are represented here tonight, who are standing here on behalf of our students, the New York Hispanic Chamber of Commerce has provided over $200,000 in student scholarship support over the past 13 years. And let's give our biggest round of applause to the leadership team led by President Nick Lugo. Hey! Where's my brother Joe Ithier? A big round of applause for Joe Ithier. Remember, this is the only citywide Hispanic chamber. It's a chamber that's committed to helping Hispanic students achieve higher points in education. Los estudiantes es el futuro de la ciudad y el país. Now, this scholarship program tonight, and we have 3 award winners, so I'm going to ask for your full attention, because these 3 students, they are emblematic of the future.
Right.
And they have done their essays, they have done their academic work, they have gotten their letters of recommendation, they have done everything they needed to do for them to be here tonight to be honored. So we owe it to them to give them our full attention. And as I bring the scholars up, I'm going to say a little bit about each, and then we're going to hear a little bit from each of them, and then we're going to take a photo op with the great sponsors that have provided the scholarship support for our students. So, our first honoree is able to be here tonight to receive the Henry Estrada Scholarship Award. This is provided by Cindy and Emily and Mark Estrada in memory of the beloved husband and father, Henry Estrada. Let's give the sponsors a real round of applause. Thank you. Mr. Jason Nieves, can you come to the stage, please? Jason is a marketing and computer application major. And just listen to what Professor Torres of Lehman College has to say about Jason. Shh. Jason took my Introduction of Macroeconomics course. He was in the top decile of this course and in the top quintile of all the students that I have taught at Lehman College. I am impressed with his communication skills, his ability to look for and process information, and his self-made motivation for learning. Jason is interested in playing, and listen to this, a supportive role in the growth of Hispanic businesses. Has he picked the right place to be? This is a networking dream for you to be here tonight. He's always lived in the Bronx. He has a genuine interest in giving back. Please give a round of applause to Jason Nieves.
Hello. It's kind of surreal right now because I was never in a moment like this, but I want to thank everyone in this room. I want to thank my mother. I want to thank the New York City Chamber of Commerce, the Hispanic, and I want to thank the family, the Estrada family, all of them. Mark, Cindy, Emily, the whole family over here on this side. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You don't understand how much I appreciate you. I want to bring back to the community by helping not only Hispanics, but all types of race, ethnicities, and stuff like that. I really want to help the homeless, the Hispanics, that are homeless. I know it's 2 minutes, so I want to hurry a little up. I don't want to rush, but again, thank you for the food. I thank you. This is going to help me with my books, my book bag, my computer, with my Metro card, with school, my haircut, my suit. It's going to help me with everything. And I want to give one last thing. I want to say thank you to Henry. Even though he's not here, I'm sure he's proud of you guys, the Estrada family. I'm sure. I mean, I'm proud of myself, but I'm sure he's looking down right now and he's thanking you guys for doing this. I thank you guys for doing this. My mother thanks you guys for doing this. My family thanks you guys, and I thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Can we take a photo with the entire Estrada family that's here? Line them up. Thank you. While they're lining up, give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, is LaGuardia Community College in the house? I couldn't quite hear that. Is LaGuardia in the house? The reason why LaGuardia is in the house is because they have the second scholarship winner, and she's getting called up to the stage now. Her name is Susana Alves. Come and join us. Now, the Director of Student Engagement at LaGuardia Community College, Elsie Newman, has said the following about Susana. Susana's major is English-Spanish translation, and she's recommended as an excellent and deserving candidate. Susana has been a true leader at LaGuardia Community College since 2017. She's been selected as a President's Society Ambassador for 2018. Remember what I said earlier, these students have earned the right to be here, and they have earned our full attention. Thank you. She's often called upon to represent the college in meetings and events with donors, partners, and elected officials. So we have another great star here tonight. Let's give a big round of applause to our scholarship winner, Susana Alves.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very thankful and I'm very honored to be here. And I want to thank you all for making this event a priority. It impacts students like me, that we grew up in a different country and then all of a sudden we come here and we find the Latino warmth in another country, and it's amazing, and I'm very happy to be in this environment. As the gentleman here said before, I'm from LaGuardia Community College. My major is English-Spanish translation, and one of my goals is to serve as a UN interpreter one day, to be a bridge between these two communities. I'm very honored to my sponsor, Alexandra Contreras, that's here tonight, and also my father. It's the effort of people like her and also her company, Colgate and Palmolive, for allowing me to have this opportunity. Having this scholarship will allow me to continue building and living my daily dream, which is basically waking up every day, looking forward to go to school to see what is something new that I can learn today and how I can impact my fellow students. So thank you so much.
Susana is here tonight because of the coveted Colgate-Palmolive Award presented by Vice President Global Diversity and Inclusion Colgate-Palmolive Company Eugene Kelly And right in front of us are the Senior Analyst for Global Diversity and Inclusion, Colgate-Palmolive, Alexandra Contreras. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Congratulations. So, are there any Yankee fans in the house? Come on. Are there any Yankee fans in the house? This is the coveted New York Yankees Scholarship Award. And we owe it to Lena Cruz, the manager of multicultural affairs of the New York Yankees. And this award is being given to Eric Felice, and he is a student at Berkeley College. Come up to the stage now, Eric. Berkeley is in the house. Well, Eric gets the longest ovation. Eric is a major going for his BBA in fashion, merchandising, and management. He's professional, he has a bright future, and as his professor, Michael Caine, has said, he's just the type of student every instructor hopes to have, because he takes the time to critically think about a subject, he draws complex conclusions to produce results that are intelligent and thought-provoking. He'd be an asset to any academic work. And I just want to say something. Could I just have your attention for a moment? It's very important. Whatever majors your students take in college, whatever their majors are, developing critical thinking is so important, because technology will change, jobs will change, the workforce will change, but if you have the kinds of critical skills that Eric is emphasizing during his college days, that is what uplifts communities and helps to move us forward. So congratulations to Eric, and please join us and say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. First, I want to give thanks to God Almighty, because without Him, none of this would be possible. And one thing I always learn is God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. I do want to thank my parents, definitely my girlfriend, who has been the backbone, not only in my career as a Berkeley student, but also in my entire life, who also became my motivation to be where I'm at right now, to be the position that I'm at. I also want to give the thanks to the young lady, Lena Cruz, representing the organization of the Yankees. I'm really grateful. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I also want to give the thanks to Mr. Will Moya, who is actually the director of the campus operations at Berkeley College. I'm really grateful, and really grateful, not for receiving such an award, but most importantly, be able to become a difference in the Latino community. Once I have the success that I'm definitely trying to obtain as a current major, a student in fashion management, I'm definitely planning to be able to open a business. And one of the things that I have learned in life is two things. The only thing impossible that is in life is impossibility. And most importantly, anything that you want to achieve in life, whether it's a weekly goal, lifetime goal, daily goals, any particular goal you have in life, you must apply first. You got to put God first. And once you do that, you must apply discipline and consistency. And once you apply discipline and consistency, you can achieve anything that you want in life. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Come around to the front. Photo op, photo op. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we did have one more student who will be receiving an award tonight. She's at the University Alabama School of Social Work, but for weather reasons, she wasn't able to make it here tonight. But nevertheless, even though she's not here, I just want to say that Felicity Martinez is majoring in social work. We need social workers. Every community needs social workers, so maybe she can hear us if we give her a round of applause. And finally, one last message, as Salima has reminded me. If you are here tonight and your company has not yet contributed to a Student Scholarship Award, and you know who you are, please, in the spirit of the holiday season, see Salima, see President Lugo, talk to the leadership team. We need to support our young people. You saw each of them speak tonight with the greatest of eloquence, and that's why we know that no one can ever take away from our young people their education. Thank you very much.
All right, this concludes our Scholarship Awards ceremony. Thank you so much, Mr. Jay Hershenson, for always being with us. We're going to open the doors so we can go and have a seat in the banquet hall. And I'm sure everyone here, for the most part, already knows their table number. If you don't, come up to me or go to the reception area and we'll be able to help you out. All right, so we'll be going to the next room in about 2 minutes. Thank you.
I am bringing greetings from Santa Claus. He couldn't be here this year. He's in Washington, in Seattle, doing a gig of 10,000 Latinos in Seattle, Washington, and it's only 3 degrees up there. The monies raised there is going to the Puerto Rican bobsled team, so that's very important. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to party? Are we ready to bring the folks who are gonna MC this small segment, and then we're gonna dance our, you know what, off, because this is a party to begin the holidays, okay? So before I bring the 2 people who are going to MC this year, let me acknowledge our presidente, our leader, Nick Lugo, Mr. Fearless Nick Lugo, okay? And no, you're not on yet. You're not on yet. Not on yet. Gotta follow the program. And sitting with him is his younger brother, John Katzimatidis, okay? And next to him is his baby brother, Fernando Ferrer, ex-borough presidente and now chairman of the MTA. And then the boss of Nick, here, there, and at home, Millie Lugo. And John Katzimatidis' boss at the house and here and there and everywhere, Margot Katzimatidis. And happy birthday, Margot, on Sunday. And with Freddie is the person that introduced me to Fernando Ferrer, because we were kids together and we knew each other in high school days. I didn't go to her high school, by the way. She went to an all-girls high school. Aramina Ferrer, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, our leader, females this year taking over, and that's the way it should be, Sulma Azul Brown, our fearless leader, our event coordinator, and tag teaming with her is Michael Nabi of BronxNet, director. He's brought it to a whole different gamut in the world, gets awards all over, international awards. Your MCs for tonight, give it up.
Thank you, Joe Ithier. You are part of what makes the Bronx the Bronx. A round of applause for Joe Ithier, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 13th Annual Business Banquet and Scholarship Awards Ceremony. I'm honored that the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce has invited me to serve as your co-host for this evening. I'm joined by the lovely Zulmar Zoo Brown. She's the Director of Operations of this great network of business leaders.
Hello, muy buenas noches. ¿Me pueden escuchar? Parece que este micrófono no está trabajando. Muy buenas noches. Great evening, everyone. All right. I know you already had appetizers. We made sure we fed you. But buenas noches a todos. Es un placer estar con ustedes en esta noche. Y realmente es un placer para mí estar parado aquí con el señor Michael Max Nobby, Executive Director of BronxNet Television. For those of you who don't know, before being the Executive Director of BronxNet Television, he was actually my professor at Lehman College. So it's truly an honor to be standing here with you today, and I hope that I am able to make you proud. You know, BronxNet is our media partners. They cover our events year-round. And like all of you here tonight, they believe in us, and I appreciate you for that, Michael.
Mission is important, and we have an affinity for the work that the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce does in bringing people, bringing members and partners together with innovative initiatives, from the Made It in New York panel series, the information technology seminars, financial literacy events, the 116th Street Festival kickoff, and Women in Business Luncheon. We document and broadcast New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce programs on BronxNet TV. All events have provided quality network opportunities leading to many successful outcomes and partnerships. Nick, Cindy, Zulma, and the entire team's ability to navigate the professional business space while keeping us all humble in the human spirit is second to none. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screens and enjoy this video recap of the 2018 Trade Mission and Economic Development Conference in Puerto Rico, along with a highlight that we believe captures some of the essence of who and what the Chamber is.
Well, the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce prides itself at being a membership-driven organization, which means it's about mutually beneficial relationships and serving as a resource for one another. When Maria hit last year, there was a lot of conversations about whether or not we should cancel the trip. And the truth is, you don't abandon ship, you don't abandon your people, you don't abandon your family. And it was important for us to continue to tell the story of Puerto Rico, because if we don't tell it, then who?
This is really up to everyone to work together and become the power that we can be by uniting and showing one voice. Our brothers and sisters here in Puerto Rico, they are not alone. We are here to help.
Thank you for continuing to put your money where your mouth is, to put your energy where it needs to be, and that is to continue to help reconstruct not just the buildings, but the lives of our family here in Puerto Rico.
Necesitamos terminar de habilitar esta cocina comunitaria. Esta cocina se va a encargar de llevarle alimento a las personas encamadas que tienen poca movilidad y que ya no pueden cocinar. llevarle alimento gratuito de lunes a viernes, porque ellos te consideran ya como una hija. Ya lo vas a ver cuando hagamos el recorrido.
There was a woman leading the revival in Puerto Rico. How do we say thank you? And we started with the beautiful women of Comerío.
And the concept is to incite the imagination of communities and bring people to reimagine what it is that they want their communities to look like through the tools of urban planning and design.
We've also had the great fortune to add another pillar to our work, and that is the building of the Flamboyant Arts Fund in partnership with Lin-Manuel Miranda, the Miranda family, and Hamilton. And that fund is going to help be a driver of the revitalization efforts on the island, because we know that culture and arts can be a driver of economic growth.
We are very proud to have partnered with the Hispanic Chamber to support this event. We're proud to have played a small role in supporting the recovery, from providing free housing to people who were evacuated from their homes during the disaster, as well as donating some of our profits to support the recovery.
We came together when we realized that Puerto Rico needed some friends. We thought that if we could bring in some resources, provide some new information, we could build a new Puerto Rico together.
Heart 9/11 is literally and figuratively giving them the tools and the hard hats and the hammers and the tool belts. Can you talk a little bit about workforce training?
When we first arrived here in Puerto Rico, I came down with young firefighters from New York City. We launched into Playita, where people were stuck in their homes and not knowing what to do. When they found out who we were, the trust opened up. They recognized people who had gone through 9/11 as being simpatico to them and what they were going through. Opened the door to their hearts, opened the doors to their homes. And then they saw this incredible expertise actually making a difference, giving advice that mattered to them right at that moment.
I think that the storm did something on the island in terms of bringing communities together, but I also think it did that. It resonated across the diaspora. And in New York, you know, with unprecedented sort of sectors and coalitions coming together to put their networks and their resources to work.
Those of us in New York periodically consider Puerto Rico the sixth borough of New York City.
Creating the business, personal, and government relationships that will carry both the island and New York forward. That's what this is all about. It shows the deep bond between Puerto Rico and New York City.
We are weak in Puerto Rico when we stand alone, and we are strong in Puerto Rico when we stand together.
We're going to continue to come to Puerto Rico to strengthen the island and offer up our resources to whatever it is that they need. And we prefer to be the storytellers, and we prefer to continue to give the power to the people and support the beautiful, incredible individuals living in Puerto Rico.
The stronger the chamber becomes, the stronger the membership is, and the more as one we can do for everyone.
Thank you so much. You know, a lot of people have to see in order to believe, so it's important, again, for us to document everything we do. When we talk about it's important for you to become a member of the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, is because we know and we understand that it's as a collective that we're going to make a difference. And I also, at this point, want to really talk to the young people in the house, because I know that the Scholarship Award winners don't really know my story and how I even came here. The reason why I'm standing before you here today is because someone gave me an opportunity to utilize my talent and believed in who I am. Even as an Afro-Latina, I can stand before you today as an Afro-Latina from Honduras, that it was an incredible man, Puertorriqueño, Boricua, that embraced all that I was. And he's Mr. Nick Lugo. Thank you. The Chamber has been in existence for over 13 years, and it was built on the integrity of this man, along with Joe Ithier, along with incredible networks that they keep together. They can make a phone call to one another and they're immediately supporting each other. And that is the example that I get. That's the example that I follow. So your being here today is not an accident. You're here because we believe in you, the same way Mr. Nick Lugo believed in me. So take the opportunity, spread your wings, because we know you're gonna fly and you're gonna soar like eagles. And we're gonna embrace and applaud that, correct? So it is my great honor and my great privilege to introduce to you my jefe and my friend and my mentor, Mr. Nick Lugo.
All right. So I guess the best part of being able to talk to all of you is that I'm here and able to talk to all of you. It's been a long year, and it's been 13 years. And throughout all this time, we have worked very hard to make sure that this organization will last for a long, long time. And we do that by mentoring young kids like the ones who received scholarships today. This is our future. And these kids are the ones that are going to carry us as we get older. They're the ones that are going to be the big shots. They're the ones that are going to have the money. They're also going to have the responsibility. And it is good for them to be here and to see so many of you who are so successful in every field. I would like all of you to become members of the Chamber. It's a big wish, but we're beginning the year. November 30th is not December 1st as we usually have it, but it is the kickoff of the Christmas season. And I really, really appreciate all of the support that many of you and our sponsors have given in order to continue to become the great organization that it can become with the great people that surround us and who give their hearts out all the time. It was special for us to go to Puerto Rico during Hurricane Maria's onslaught, and we were able to see firsthand what happened there. It just tears your heart apart. We did the same thing this year, and it's great to know that we had even a bigger response and that many of the people who came with us really came because they wanted to go visit their hometowns, and so they did some of the seminars and then they took off on buses and they saw, and we also saw. And I really appreciate the fact that we've been able to give as an organization and as people, as Hispanics. And let me tell you, there were a lot of Jewish organizations that came with us and helped us in the relief effort. So I applaud other denominations as well for being so helpful. You know, I kind of, in what I have already said, envisioned what the Chamber will continue to do. And I hope that as time goes by, as many of, if any of you want to share some time with us and some of your ideas, this is how the Chamber continues to grow. And you know that in business, you always have to keep on top of your business. There's no difference in running a chamber. It is the business of businesses, and it is something that we need and that we have to unite behind to have a voice in city, state, and even federal government. So I don't want to continue talking at length. I got about 40 pages. And so you think I was going to read the 40 pages. You know, like they say sometimes when somebody is going to speak, they show you all these pages. That's only to scare you. So that's why I show you these pages. But I want to thank Zulma and Cindy. I want to thank Eileen Guzzo, Mr. and Mrs. Jose Perez, and a lot of other people who helped us to become the only New York City Hispanic Chamber. And with that being said, I see over here that somewhere Sulma wrote, Nick, keep conscience, you know, which means that I shouldn't talk more. So I want to thank all of you once again. And let me see if there's something that I didn't remember. And I guess I covered everything. So I want to thank everyone. Thank you. And we're going to dance, and we're going to have Merry Christmas, and we're going to have a happy holiday, and we're really going to have a great time. So thank you all for being here and supporting the Chamber. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick Lugo, President of the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Please welcome Elizabeth Velez, co-chair of New York Friends of Puerto Rico and president of the Velez Organization, a leading MWBE construction firm in New York.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Mis hermanos y hermanas, I know it's a Friday night, and I know we want to get to partying and maybe a little bit more comida, but I'm so pleased and proud to introduce us to our first honoree. This honoree I have known as a friend, as an industry colleague, and as a client, in that order, for probably, I don't know, 25 or 30 years. He is the Vice President of Construction for Manhattanville at Columbia. And before I tell you his name, I want to invite you all to come back with me. About a month ago, I moderated a panel with him on it to the Society for Hispanic Professional Engineers. And I want to give you some of the words that he used. And this is for the students, especially here, because we were talking to up-and-coming folks in our industry and the construction industry. He says he over-prepares. He's very detail-oriented. He is an engineer. He says that you have to go after everything that you want and get whatever degrees or whatever you think to be able to take you to your next level. And that's indicative of him going and getting his master's with Columbia University. Please listen up. This guy is fantastic. As Vice President of the Manhattanville Development Group, he's the first Latino in this position. He embraces his Latino culture, and I believe it gives him strength. That's what he shared with us at the SHEP moderated panel, to take it to the next level. There's one thing that I didn't know about Marcelo Velez, is that he is a veteran. He served in the U.S. Armed Forces, and so I'm especially pleased to know this about him now, too. So Marcelo, I'm not sure where you are in the room. Please come on up. Marcelo, Ancestry DNA does not say that we are related, even though we have the last name, but I consider him my brother from another mother. Marcelo.
So good evening everyone. And Elizabeth, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I really appreciate our friendship over the years. I want to start by congratulating all of the awardees this evening for all of their achievements. It's an honor for me to be in your company. I would also like to thank Nick, Cindy, Sulma, and the rest of the Hispanic Chamber for the great work that they do, and on behalf of the community, and especially for the scholarships money raised this evening. I would be remiss if I also did not recognize my beautiful wife, Maritza, who's been by my side for the past 28 years and is here with me tonight. As the Vice President for Columbia University's Manhattanville Development, I'm responsible for overseeing design and construction of the university's $6.3 billion campus expansion. I'm also responsible for delivering on the university's progressive diversity goals. That includes awarding 35% of all of our construction contracts to minority, women, and local businesses, and employing a construction workforce that is at least 40% minority, women, and local. Thank you. These goals are ambitious and they're among the highest diversity goals of any organization, public or private, in New York City or New York State. To date, we've paid over $365 million to minority, women, and local business enterprises on the project in Manhattanville alone. That corresponds to 37% of the approximately $1 billion of spent to date. During the same period, we've also engaged workforce that's comprised of 46%. And so while these are notable accomplishments and one that I and certainly everyone else at Columbia is very proud of, we're committed to do more. As a New Yorker, as a Latino, as a New Yorican, you know, my goal is that there would be much more opportunities for more Latino businesses in the coming years. So again, I thank you, and on behalf of my colleagues at Columbia, I accept this award. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure once again to be up here, but I want to introduce and call up our former intern for the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, former Scholarship Award recipient. She not only graduated from LaGuardia Community College, she is now a staff member there, Stephanie Gonzaga.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good? Awesome, awesome. Congratulations to all the scholarship recipients. Now, more than ever, we recognize the power and importance of media. Marcel Castro has always recognized its importance and power. She has a special connection to the New York Mets. Any New York Mets fans? Hey! We're in Yankee land, I know, Queens. Hers maybe more than others. She made history when she became their first public address announcer. This new calling would also make her the first Latina public address announcer in the entire MLB. This Columbia University School of Journalism graduate is a shining star. It is my honor to introduce to you and welcome to the stage Marcel Castro.
Thank you, Stephanie. Hi, everyone. You're a very garrulous bunch. People are up here trying to talk, and everyone's chitty, chat. I am so pleased to get this award because there's nothing like being recognized by your own. I am a born and bred Bronxite, born to two Puerto Ricans. Freddie, you were the first politician I interviewed when I was at News 12 The Bronx. So, you know, I consider myself a bridge builder because I mean, look, it's hard to grow up on Baychester Avenue and not love the Yankees. Let's be real. Yet here I am working for the New York Mets, which is proof positive that there is such a thing as compromise and negotiation. I never set out to be the first female PA announcer. I certainly never set out to be the first Latina PA announcer in MLB, which, by the way, can anyone believe that in the year 2018, someone decided there should be a Latino PA announcer in MLB? I thought that was a little strange. I'm happy to fill that position. For those, the scholars and academics in the crowd, I can tell you that the little success I've ever had in my life has only because I studied twice as hard as anyone else because I knew I had to as a woman and as a Puerto Rican. So your academic adventures are the most important, so take that seriously. Thank you again so much from the bottom of my heart. My +1 tonight is the only person who I would ever want to bring with me, my mother, Miriam Aponte, who instilled in me a love of God, family, and my culture. So on behalf of both of us, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Marisol. I guess I'm here again. You know, if you notice, like the theme here is everything comes full circle. So the next person I'm gonna introduce is actually someone very dear to me that I've always looked up to. And he is one of the smartest, most genius people I know. And he is my brother, Louis Arzu. But the only reason why he's really here today is not because he's my brother, is because he is a product of Per Scholas. One of the, we're honoring the executive director here today. And because of Per Scholas, my brother was able to be an incredible, successful individual by the tender age of like 22. He got into IT immediately. So he is now the Chief Information Security Officer at Farm Credit Financial Partners. And talking about full circle, he now sits on the board of directors for Per Scholas Giving Back. What an incredible example. Ladies and gentlemen, Louis Arzu.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. You stole a bit of my thunder there. But no, it's really a pleasure and an honor to be here with you today, presenting an award to a man that I've come to admire, Plinio Ayala. Plinio became president and CEO of Per Scholas, a national technology training nonprofit, in 2003. But he has been serving communities in the Bronx, across New York, and now the country for decades. Plinio is a tireless workforce leader. He is a champion of communities. He is a mentor to his staff. He is a father and also a Mets fan. And within each of these roles, he's an empathetic, reflective leader driving positive and proven change across the United States. Growing up in the Bronx, Plinio learned early on that the zip code where you were born should not determine your future. Across the country, he recognized talented, determined, and intelligent individuals who only needed an opportunity to succeed. Plinio's vision has always been built on one significant truth, and that is that talent is ubiquitous and opportunity is not. With this in mind, Plinio has built one of the most effective workforce training organizations in the country, with over 8,000 individuals trained for technology roles today. And I'm here today as a product of that organization, having started with Per Scholas back in 1996. And as my sister said, today I sit as the Chief Information Security Officer for Farm Credit Financial Partners. But Per Scholas just plants a seed, and a very valuable seed, because I've been able to take that to further my education. I owe it to Per Scholas, the opportunities that they've afforded me. Today I hold a master's in information security and also an executive MBA from the University of Connecticut. So it's with great honor and many, many thanks for the opportunities that I was given that I would like to call Plinio Ayala up to the stage to receive this award. Plinio, are you around? Hey.
Good evening, everyone. Was that loud enough? Can I get your attention? Good evening, everyone. Luis, thank you for that introduction. It was a tremendous surprise. Nick, thank you. I am both honored and humbled to be part of this evening's events. All right, let me start by saying that last night I asked advice on what I should say today from my daughter. And And she said to me, Dad, it would be really cool if you went up to the stage and you didn't say anything. You just showed 3 symbols to the audience and then dropped the mic. And so here are the 3 symbols. She said, Dad, pat your chest twice to show that you're grateful for the award that you're receiving this evening. And then she said, Dad, illustrate the symbol of a heart to show how much you love being there. And then finally she said, show the peace sign out of respect to the people in the audience. And so I'm doing this because I didn't want to disappoint her. She's here this evening. And so, Alyssa, where are you? Stand up, Alyssa. Alyssa, did I do okay? That means I can go home tonight and it's safe. Thank you, Alyssa. I appreciate it. You know, there are far too many people across this country that believe that the American dream is dead. I don't believe that. Now, it's taken some hits over the last 10 years and certainly a great many over the last 2. But I know that the American dream isn't dead because I see it in the eyes of the 2,000 people we train every single year. People from this community, super smart, super talented individuals with high levels of grit and determination. What's often missing is an opportunity. And so I lead an organization and I'm blessed to do this. I provide that opportunity to those 2,000 individuals, giving them the IT skills that they need to land successful careers as IT professionals, often making 5 times the salary that they were making in jobs prior to entering our training program. Now, those numbers are impressive, but let me just share with you a quick story. There was a young man that I bumped into the subway about 2 months ago, and he reminded me that he had graduated from the program 2 years prior, and he said to me, Plinio, I used to count the days for when I would get my food stamps next, because I wanted to make sure that I had enough money to take care of my children. Now I count the days to when my next mortgage payment is. Now that young man and the American dream for him is real. But, you know, I'd be a fool to be standing up here and say to you that the American dream isn't in danger. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would see children being pulled from the hands of their mothers, women that were trying to come to this country to relieve themselves from the anguish and pain that they were suffering, to live a better life for themselves and their kids. Never did I think that our dreamers would be threatened with deportation, or that racism would be running through the cities like they were in Charlottesville, and some of our officials thinking that that was okay. And Americans living on an island, being devastated by a storm, being forgotten by aspects of our government. The American dream is truly in danger. And so here's the message I leave with you. Really, it's a set of requests and totally geared towards the younger people in this audience. Now, the truth is that these requests are incredible because underpinning it is a lot of responsibility, but who cares, right? The bottom line is that I'm standing on the shoulders of a lot of individuals that made sure that my American dream would come true. And there are many individuals in this room who are ensuring that the American dream comes true for the younger generation. And so here's the list. If you don't like what politicians are talking about or doing, vote them out of office. If there's lack of leadership in your communities, you grab the baton and you lead. If you feel inclined to run an organization like mine, I'd be grateful because that would ensure that the good work that organizations like Persolis are doing continues. And if you go out and work in corporate America, that's good too. And if you make millions, that's fantastic. But don't forget where you came from, and if you can, bring someone else along. Now that's kind of selfish, I know, and self-serving, but I am counting on you, as many individuals in this room are counting on you to make sure that the American dream continues to live for my grandchildren and for my great-grandchildren. Thank you very much for this award. God bless you all and have a great evening.
Thank you, Plinio Ayala, for the great work you do in providing workforce development and technological access to communities. Please welcome our next presenter, Mercedes Eggleton Garcia, Vice President of Community Relations and Global Policy Affairs for MasterCard.
Thank you so much. Good evening. So first, let me say I'm very happy to be here, but mostly I'm so proud of Master Your Card, which is MasterCard's Community Empowerment Education Program, a partnership with the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and especially with my partner, not in crime, but in empowering communities, Sulmar Sue Brown. So I'm very proud to present an amazing gentleman, Latino from Chile, Carlos Naudon. He has accomplished so many things that I need to read this, okay? Because it's so much, I would never been able to memorize this. So, you know, it's always good to know lawyers and accountants, but it's so better to know the President and Chief Executive Officer of the largest U.S. Latino bank east of the Mississippi, and the second largest Latino-owned bank in the nation, Ponce Bank, headquartered right here in the Bronx, is led by Carlos Naudon, who also happens to be an attorney and a retired CPA. He also serves as the president of Ponce Bank's publicly traded parent company, PDL Community Bancorp, and president of the Ponce de Leon Foundation, a private foundation established by the bank. I always heard that if you want something done, find one of the busiest people you can know and ask that person. Definitely, Carlos is somebody like that. He's one of the busiest people, and he has a lifetime of leadership experience that gets results and gets things done. Carlos is a 1972 graduate of the University in Maryland with a degree in economics and computer science, 1974 graduate of the University of Rochester's Simon School of Management with a master's degree in accounting, finance, and operations management. And in 1981, he received a JD from the Brooklyn Law School. He has served as an adjunct faculty member at the Graduate School of Business at Columbia University. He's the immediate past chairman of the Brooklyn Hospital Center and chairman of the Board of Modern MD, an urgent care facility. He also is a member of the New York State Bar Association, the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, of course, and other professional associations. Carlos was born in Chile, and now he resides in Brooklyn and East Harlem. And he and his wife, Susan, are proud parents of Enrique and Ignacio. For a little bit of trivia, Carlos was a walk-on player in the 1968 NCAA Division I Soccer Championship in Maryland. Please help me welcome Carlos, a very busy, amazingly accomplished, undeniable leader. Very nice.
You know, I love that introduction, except that it really dated me. 1968 was a long time ago. I think I was 18, so. Anyway, on behalf of Ponce Bank, our board of directors, our officers and staff, and myself, I am honored and quite humbled to accept this award. It is truly a recognition of what Ponce Bank and its founders almost 60 years ago sought to achieve, the betterment of our Latino community. And there's no better place to start than with our youth. I do want to do an aside because I think that Ponce Bank is probably one of the hidden secrets of the Bronx. There was just released today a study of CDFI organizations, Community Development Financial Institutions. Those are institutions around the country. There are about 350 of them. that devote themselves to the betterment of communities. I can tell you that Ponce Bank has been rated 7 in the country. That is incredible. A Bronx institution. And many of you don't really know the institution, so I would encourage you to do that and to remember that when you need some social development, we are there. I would like also to send a very special thanks to Nick and Sulma and their team for making this event possible. I also obviously want to salute all of the honorees today, each of whom have made incredible contributions and lasting contributions to our communities. Lastly, I want to congratulate the students that have received awards tonight. I would like to dedicate this award to all of the individuals that take time out of their busy schedules to mentor our youth in our communities. You mentioned my busy schedule. I will tell you that I make the time to mentor people every year. I have 2 or 3 students that I mentor. So I certainly think that I am certain that most of us here at one point or another had somebody guiding them through some difficult situations, encourage them to continue certain paths, etc. So at Ponce Bank, we understand the benefits of mentoring our youth. I am pleased to recognize tonight, and hopefully not to their embarrassment, a couple of people attending tonight that participate in our internship programs. At Ponce Bank, we've been privileged to have Natalia Buddy and Kilmer Lugo, who is no relation to Nick. Will you please stand up and be recognized? They started with us as interns, and they will soon be joining our staff as full-time members and hopefully embark in a long banking career. We usually have 10 to 12 people, interns, at our bank, and we encourage, if you know of any deserving student, to please refer them to that. So let me try to end my presentation here and to tell you that we are in the Christmas season, and so let us not forget that one of the most valuable gifts that we can provide to someone in our time is to provide them advice and some insights in the youth that could be helpful to them throughout their life. So ladies and gentlemen, our communities yearn for mentors, and each and every one of us can make a difference to a young person. So I thank you for your attention and for the honor that you have bestowed on me and the bank. And we thank you again, Nick and Sulma. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're almost wrapping up. We have about maybe 8-9 minutes left. Please welcome Maria del Carmen Arroyo, Vice President of Administration of Acacia Network and former council member.
Buenas noches. So, what? Oh no, I wanted that.
Yeah, but I can't.
Okay, sorry. Buenas noches. I'm gonna ask, I've been sitting at the table over there saying they're not listening. The audience is not listening to the introduction of these incredible people and the incredible messages that they're imparting on us. So I'm gonna ask you to behave yourselves while I introduce this amazing woman and while she's addressing you. Because if you don't, I'm gonna wait for you outside. It's nice to have a bully pulpit, right? It is for me an incredible honor and a privilege to introduce someone who, I have something written here about her, but I don't have my glasses, so I'm gonna have to wing it. Limaris Albors is the Executive Vice President and Chief of Staff to the CEO of the Acacia Network. And for those of you who have been living under a rock, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Acacia, the largest Hispanic Puerto Rican-run nonprofit in this country. Led by an incredible man, Raul Rusi. And Raul, those of you who know him, know that he is brilliant. He hired me from the city council, right? But brilliant because he has created a leadership team in the network to take us to the next level. And he has been so wise to select this young lady as his chief of staff and executive vice president, charged with keeping all of us in line, myself included, not an easy task. We are a group of very strong leaders who dedicate ourselves to providing the health and human services that our communities need. Here in New York, we're in Georgia and Tennessee. We're thinking about going to Washington State. And more recently, and as a result of what happened in Puerto Rico last year with Hurricane Maria, Raul said, we have to say presente, and created what we now know and love, Ayuda Puerto Rico. And he put this lady in charge of making sure that what dollar was raised was put into the communities, into the organizations on that island who know the need and know the services best. And we started with Acacia putting in $1 million, and in the process we raised another $1 million, and today Ayuda Puerto Rico has put out in funding to people on our island, $2 million in funding, all of it led by this little dynamite person who looks like somebody put a battery in her pack, and she doesn't let us stop working. Yaverzi and Vicky, you and Jesus are here with me. She's amazing. We adore her. She's not only beautiful on the outside, she's also beautiful on the inside. Come on up and get this award because no one deserves it more than you.
Thank you, Maria, for those wonderful words. What an honor. And thank you. I would like to start by thanking the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce for this recognition. I accept this award on behalf of the Acacia Network, its board of directors, the executive team, Raul Rusi, and the entire family. It is an honor to work in an organization that, as Maria said, is the largest Latino nonprofit organization in the nation. I'm honored. It is a true privilege. I've been working with Raul and with Acacia for the past 7 years. And Raul has given me all the missions impossible at the network. So when the board 7 years ago decided that our brothers and sisters in Puerto Rico needed our help, they tasked me with that mission, and they said to me, go, see how we can collaborate, how can we contribute in Puerto Rico, come back, tell us what you find, and we will support. And that is what they did. And for 3 years, the board and Raul spent $1.5 million in consultant services with local consultants in Puerto Rico because we wanted to dream housing. Because when we went to Puerto Rico, that's what they said they needed the most. And we respected the desire, and we partnered with them. We invested the dollars. They did not need anything else, because in Puerto Rico, we have everything that we need to make our island stronger than ever. The capacity is there, the consultants are there, the expertise is in Puerto Rico. So all they needed was a little bit of help with pre-development funds. And it was very hard at the beginning. The board always supported the vision and the mission. I remember when we did not know if we were going to have the project built, and the board member said, it doesn't matter. We're providing food for some of Puerto Rican local people that otherwise would not have anything and would not have any work. So I fall in love with that mission and vision. Fast forward, 3 weeks ago, we opened the doors of an affordable housing project in Toa Alta, Puerto Rico, 103 units for senior citizens. A $20 million project done for Puerto Ricans by Puerto Ricans. So that was a mission. I'm happy to look at all of you and say, it has been accomplished. Happy to look at the board and Raul and said, done. Because there is something that Raul had taught us, is that we're in a very privileged stage now. We are preserving what many pioneers did in the Bronx and across the city and across the nation. What we have tasked us to do is to preserve that legacy, to never forget who fought for the services, who fought for the things that we have to do, that we have today, and to make sure that all these services in Puerto Rico and here continue to serve the most needed, and that we can celebrate 100 years of a Latino organization in this nation. So I am honored, I am proud to be part of this mission, and I want to say thank you to the board chair, Carmen Villalugo, that is here with us today, and the entire Acacia family. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you so much, Limaris. That was wonderful. What an incredible introduction. So as promised, we're concluding almost this event. But you know, it's not every day that one can go home and literally pray and thank God for your job and your work. And I can attest to you right now, I thank God each and every day for being a part of this incredible family called the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. You see, with us, you're not only a member, you become familia. Familia. And it's a great honor and privilege again. I'm always privileged to introduce all my peoples, right? So Cindy Estrada, our executive director, she spearheads the relief missions and trips to Puerto Rico, the very wonderful, incredible friend and individual. So here she is, Cindy Estrada.
Thank you, Zulma. The New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is 13 years stronger. It was started by a group of believers. Nick Lugo and Joe Ithia foresaw the power of Hispanic market. Now more than ever, we must commit to stay united. As the executive director, I can tell you that we pride ourselves at having loyal members, allies, and supporters. Our network is strong because you are strong. Our network is valuable because each one of you brings something valuable to the table, including your negotiating skills. I cannot tell you how important it is for each one of you to get involved with us personally and in business. This is really a great organization. We are nonprofit, and every cent that we make, we invest in our community. Our small businesses are so important, and we must continue giving them some strength and support. I urge you to please join the chamber if you're not a member already. And just to show you how involved the people in this room are, I want to read a list of our supporters that are here tonight. Bronx Community College, Berkeley College, Hostos Community College, La Guardia Community College, Lehman College, Columbia University, Queens College, Fordham University, Ponce Bank, American Airlines, Charter Communication, Colgate-Palmolive, Con Edison, Mastermind, the MTA, TDX Construction, Share Energy, Lyft, Acacia, Botanical Gardens, Phipps Neighborhood, Meaningful Communication Matters, JP Morgan Chase, Master Your Card, Ponce Bank, Popular Bank, HSBC, L. Blake Partners, Bronx, Lebanon, Mount Sinai, United Healthcare, WellCare of New York, La Voz Hispana, Havana Café, Delta, Zoraida's Coquito, Wahi Chamber of Commerce, Bronx Next Television, Intercontinental Hotel, PR Imports, Azure Spas, New York Friends of Puerto Rico, and Nick Lugo Travel. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us. I also want to say that Mrs. Lugo is going to join us on stage now for our raffle. Mrs. Lugo. I also want to mention that Mrs. Lugo is in charge of all our decorations, and we thank her every year for this. Okay, so the first winner is for a gift certificate for Blanc Azur Spa, and the winner is Jorge Llanos. Jorge Llanos, are you here? The next gift certificate is from Blanc Azur Spa. And the winner is Carlos Naundon. Carlos, you have a spa certificate. I think you deserve it. Oh, just give him one. A la orden. Our next gift certificate is from Nail Factory. The winner is Elizabeth Torrero from United Healthcare. We have some more goodies coming on. Another nail certificate from the Nail Factory. And the winner is Rafael Rivera Viruet. Hey, Ralph, where are you? We all know that's going to be for Liz. Congratulations, Liz. I know Liz is going to enjoy this. The next gift certificate is from Blanc Azur Spa. And the winner is from HSBC, Jose Aire Aces. The two gift certificates. I know, right? Congratulations. The next gift certificate is from Nail Factory. And the winner is Mark. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it Mark?
Is it Mark? I can't even see it. I can't even understand the name. They put it on your card.
I know. It says Mark Daly. I think this is Joanna Daly. Where's Joanna? It's Joanna. It's not Mark.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Hi, Joanna. We have another gift certificate from Nail Factory. And the winner is Project Executive Outcomes, LLC. And this is Calvin Spiegel, Jr. Calvin? Where's Calvin? Calvin, there's another nice gift. Oh, no, he's right here. Congratulations. So the next two gifts are very special because they're two baskets that we put together in the office with goodies from Puerto Rico. In them, each basket has 2 free complimentary nights at the Intercontinental Hotel in Puerto Rico. So our first winner for the 2 free nights in the Caribbean is Con Edison, Rolando Tomás Infante. Rolando, I guess you're going to Puerto Rico with us. It's the basket. It's the basket. Enjoy the basket. It was made with a lot of love.
Never seen you run before.
They're both the things in the basket. Okay, and our last prize is another basket with another gift certificate from the Intercontinental. Landmark Consulting. Julie Harris. Julie Harris from Landmark Consulting. I don't know who Julia's taking, but she looks happy. There's some alcohol in there, yes. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy Estrada, Executive Director of the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
I think this concludes our event for the evening. Professor, how did I do? What's my grade?
It is, really quite remarkable, Zuma, to see you develop into a brilliant community champion with this great organization. You were always an excellent student. And I feel so blessed standing here with you in the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce today.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting all of that, but I really appreciate you so much. So we're going to start dancing soon, but I learned very early on the ABCs, which means always be closing.
Close that deal.
All right, so here's the spiel. If you're a member, stay a member. We will be contacting you to make sure that you remain engaged. If you're not a member, I will be calling you within the next 30 days to make sure that we change that ASAP, or at least have you give a scholarship to the new young leaders. I want to thank the whole team of the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Millie Lugo, Cindy Estrada, Pedro Medina, Michelle Sampson, Trey, Razi, Oscar Rivera, and thank you, Michael, for all of this, and all of our presenters. I appreciate you so much. With that, I say thank you for believing in us. Merry Christmas, and have a healthy and prosperous New Year. Adios.
Sereme, Feliz Navidad. Are you ready to dance? DJ Danny.